Alright guys, welcome to my video. I know it has been a very long time since I've made a video. Anyway, here we have 3 games, Delver, Eldritch, and Legend of Dungeon. I will be showcasing gameplay from the 3 of these games. They are indie games with a retro style. They're roguelike dungeon crawlers. They're very simple games. They're all fairly similar to one another. They have their differences though, which you will see during the gameplay. I think these games are worth a purchase. You know, I think games like this, I don't know if they get too much attention, but I think they should get more attention. They're very simple games, of course. You know, you shouldn't pay full price for them. I don't think you should, because they're, you know, not very in-depth. They're not very long, but they're very fun. To the core, they're basically just about fun. And, you know, what else do you really want in a game? I mean, you could want a good story and all, but you want fun. You want a game to be fun, and these 3 games are fun. So, stay tuned for the gameplay. I will try to give a very short description. I haven't played too much of Eldritch or Legend of Dungeon. I've played a fair amount of Delver, so the description for that may be longer. Either way, you know, if you like roguelikes, keep watching. Welcome to Delver. This is the first in the showcase of 3 games today. This is the simplest and easiest and possibly shortest of the 3 games. It is, however, fun. Very fun. It is my favorite of the 3. So let's get right into it. This is the camp. This is where you will start. There's not much to it. There's 2 papers here. I don't know if there's any more. They give instructions on how to play. In the camp you have 2 shops. You can buy stuff from them, but that means you have to make your way out of the dungeon once you collect coins to buy stuff. You start with a few, but that seems like it would be a pain in the ass to try to come out of the dungeon to get all the way here just to buy something, then get all the way back down to where you were. There are 7 levels in this game. You must traverse all 7 of them. At the very bottom there's a lich guarding a Ythidian orb, I think that's what it's called. And once you collect that, you attempt to escape. Once you pick that up though, enemies start spawning and it's very difficult to survive. That's when the game starts to get more difficult. Getting to the orb is pretty easy. Killing the lich is pretty easy. Escaping the dungeon, that's where the difficulty is. In this game you have melee, ranged, and magic. Ranged is the weakest, melee is right in between, and magic is the strongest. To use magic you have to find a staff. There are no abilities. To use ranged you have to find a bow, and you have to find arrows, which come in bundles of 10. The strength of them is dependent entirely on the bow. Each weapon has different stats. There are melee weapons that have magic abilities. However, you don't see them. At least I don't think you do. I've only had 2 of them. They seem to be the most powerful weapons. There's different levels of armor. You can level your character up. There's attack, there is magic, there's speed, there's defense, there's agility, and there's health. It seems like speed at the very end, attempting to escape the dungeon because you can't fight your way out. At least I don't think you can. It's not the wisest choice. Seems like speed would be helpful. Health is definitely important. You want to choose between magic and attack at the very beginning. Attack is for your melee. So you want to choose between them at the beginning. You don't want to go between the 2 because you're just going to weaken them both. Magic on its own, even without strengthening your magic skill, seems to be very powerful. At the very end, on the last map, I was killing enemies with probably 2 hits from a staff. Here's a staff right here, actually. Here's the magic. I was killing enemies with about 2 hits from a staff, and I hadn't upgraded my magic at all. So it's a very powerful skill. The only problem is you have to find staffs laying around. And you don't always find them. It seems like items are randomly generated. I think levels 1 through 6 may be randomly generated. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think level 7 is randomly generated. I think that's the same every time because that's the boss level. So, I don't know. I guess that's just the way they made it. Anyway, that's all I can think to say in this very short description. It's not that short, actually, but it's as short as I can make it. So, let's get right into the dungeon. I won't speak. I will play the music and all, and you can enjoy the gameplay. Here we go. Okay, and here is Legend of Dungeon, the second in the showcase of the 3 games. Let's hop right into it. This game, in my opinion, is the most difficult of the 3, and that is due to the viewing angle and the controls. The controls are fairly simplistic, and you play with the keyboard only. There are apparently 26 levels in this game, which you must traverse like in Delver. You collect an item and attempt to escape. I don't know what happens at that point. I haven't beaten this game. I haven't even beaten Delver, and this game is far more difficult than Delver. There are puzzles in this game. They're simple, but they exist. There are a lot of enemies. There are a lot of items. A lot of weapons. You have magic, ranged, and melee. You can change your characters here. And that is your very short description for this game. So let's hop right into the dungeon and watch some gameplay. Okay, and here is Eldritch, the final of the 3 games that I will be showing you today. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so as you can see, you start in a library. This is your home base, so to speak. It's kind of cliche, isn't it? You're in a library, you enter other stories through books, you play them out, you unlock another. You know, I kind of like it though. It's not a very difficult game. It's not a very complex game. Okay, so here you will store items that you gather in these maps. These items, even if you die, will remain here. Items on you will be lost. You have guns in this game. You don't have guns in the other two. There are guns in this game. As you can see up in the top left corner, you have keys. The blue is similar to mana. You get abilities from these things that are, I guess they'd be called shrines. I don't know if they're called shrines in this game, but you'll know them as shrines pretty much. You'll get abilities from them, and you'll need the blue mana to use those abilities. There are a lot of gates in this game, so you're going to have to find keys. Exploration is very important in this game. There is ammo for your guns. You have 3 health. I'm sure you can upgrade that. I haven't played too much, so I'm not sure about a leveling system or not. You can throw items. There are melee weapons. And a plentitude of creatures to kill, such as penguins. Innocent, oversized penguins, which I'm sure you will enjoy killing. I know I do. Anyway, let's go into this map, and I will showcase the gameplay for you. I will play along the music, so enjoy. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a comment saying what you liked, what you didn't like. Leave your critique in the comment section. Press that like button. And if you like the idea of a series of videos showcasing 3 games per video, that are very similar in style, just say so in the comments and I'll try to make more. I have a large library of games, plenty of games to make videos about. So, if you like it, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see what I can do. Again, thanks for watching.